everybody, and welcome back to Art a la Carte. And in this video I'm taking a very popular Pokemon character and drawing them as a female human character. I'm sure many other artists have done this, and I purposely did not Google what other people have done just to see what I came up with. As I started sketching out, you'll see 3 different designs kind of floating around until I finally settle with one. So the first design here is kind of more of a side profile view. And as I started drawing it, I really liked this setup, but it was speaking a different Pokemon to me. So if I decide to do this again with other Pokemon, I might use this design later on. The second one was more of a cute little girl kind of character, and I know that Pikachu in the movie and the show is a boy, but there are female Pikachus out there, so I'm doing a female character. But very quickly, I scrapped the cute little girl look, and I wanted to go with a tougher character design. And I'll talk a little bit more about how her personality developed in this drawing in a little bit. But first, while you're watching the sketching and all that kind of stuff, I want to share some exciting news. If you haven't seen it, just released my video announcing that I have opened up a Patreon. I know a lot of artists and YouTubers have Patreons out there, and I have been a little leery about getting into a Patreon before because it's just kind of an added workload to my already very overwhelmed work schedule. And in my introductory video, I briefly discussed why I finally decided to start a Patreon, but I wanted to get a little bit more in depth and be able to answer some questions that you guys might have about this. The basic reason why I wanted to create a Patreon was to create a sense of accountability in me. When I plan out my work week, things for YouTube always go front and center. Then after YouTube, it's whatever's for my Etsy shop or commissions that I have. And by the time I get those done, I'm done with the week and halfway through the next week. So I really don't have a lot of time to prioritize working on any bigger projects. Now, don't get me wrong, I love doing YouTube. I'm not stopping YouTube. I'm going to be continuing posting videos every week, but I want to push myself as an artist. I kind of feel like I got into a rut and I stopped pushing myself personally. Not that I haven't been practicing or pushing myself artistically. I feel that I've done a lot of things that have improved my art over the last 7 years, because it's been 7 years that I've been on YouTube. But as far as bigger projects, there haven't been very many. The biggest thing I can do is create a really nice piece for a video here on YouTube. So for my YouTube Artist Collective or different collaborations, I work on those. But the funnest project that I was able to work on for my YouTube channel was 1, the Choose Your Own Adventure story, and 2 was Mermaid from like 2 or 3 years ago, where I did the very short story of May the Mermaid. I loved doing that. I loved being able to create stories and just really put some thought and ideas into it, designing characters. I also loved doing the 100 character draw challenge because I had just little windows of creating stories, but it always ended right there. Like, I would do that project and then it was done. And for the last 2 years, I've tried to get back into doing a small comic for Mermaid, and every year I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna so do it. I'm gonna start in January getting all the storyline down and the character design so that when Mermaid happens, I can just bust it out. But again, it never happens because while I love creative projects, it's not what I consider my job. YouTube takes front and center, and then Etsy. So I feel that by opening a Patreon and having you guys support me in this will kind of be that accountability that I need to work on it every single week. I went over my schedule, planned it out, actually scheduled in days where I would work on these story ideas. I am so excited about being able to do this. Like, again, I love doing YouTube videos. Being able to create a story and get a finished product, I don't know, I haven't been this excited about art in so long. I can't wait. I can't wait to get started. I am so excited about this. So please know, as you hear me talk about my Patreon, hear me talking about my comic, know that this is not going to affect my YouTube channel at all. Stuff will still be out. In fact, I'll probably share some of the things on YouTube as well. But if you want to be more involved in this in this new project that I have and this new art journey that I'm going on, definitely check out my Patreon page. I would love to take you along in this journey. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Plus, I have bunches of goodies for the different Patreon rewards. So I'm so excited. So now let's jump back to my Pikachu character and let me tell you a little bit about why I chose this design and about her personality. So I see Pikachu as kind of the scrapper Pokemon. I mean, Pikachus don't appear to be like the toughest and the biggest Pokemon, but man, are they fighters. And so that's kind of what I designed this character. I have a few friends that are they're short and tiny and cute and you just want to pat them on their heads, but you don't because they will knock you out. They are tough. And that's kind of what I see this character. So I kind of took design ideas. Maybe she's like a mechanic. Originally I was going to give her like battery, all those things you clip on to car batteries to spark plugs. No. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Then I thought about giving her a little taser and I thought that was a little bit too extreme. But I also kind of went back and forth on the design of how I wanted to introduce the lightning bolts into her. First I was giving her earrings that were lightning bolts, but ultimately went with Pokeballs for her earrings just to kind of tie it in, just in case someone had no clue what this picture was about and going, what is this? The Pokeball might help you go, oh, it's Pokemon, give you a clue. So I gave the lightning bolt on her shirt, and then the biggest change was her hair, which originally was going to be this kind of wrapped cone buns, but it just wasn't working for me. So I gave her these cute little ponytails that stick up the top of her head. And here we go. This is the final design for my female human version of Pikachu. If you have redesigned a Pokemon as a human character, I would love to see what it looks like. So make sure to tag me in your artwork on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook. Love to see it. And if you'd like to see me design other Pokemon as human characters, let me know in the comment section who you vote for. Once again, guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me. Thanks for listening to my exciting new adventures that I'm going to be going on. And if you'd like to check out my Patreon, I'll leave a link in the description box below. As always, guys, God bless you guys. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, and we'll see you in the next art video. Bye-bye!